So we're back with the second men's elite game of today. The Wyvern Harlequins taking on the Barefoot Prjects. The Wyvern Harlequins playing in their bright green strip. Prjects in their black and white, or white and black hoops. This looking like an early breakaway for the Barefoot Prjects, and an offload off the deck has found its mark. The Barefoot Prjects, receiving kickoff from inside their own half, have broken a full 70 or 80 metres through the Harlequins' defence to get us underway on the scoreboard. Conversion successful as well.
Real mixture in this elite Barefoot Prject side. Tongans, Lithuanians, England players, Jamaica, Italy, Wales, Belgium. Good old mix that. And on the bench is a Fijian as well. So how many nationalities have we got there?
The Ibiza Tens is very much an international affair. Big hit from the kickoff, coming from one of the Barefoot Prject Pacific Island contingent. And the Harlequins won this tournament in the elite competition 2 seasons ago. Trying to run it from deep. Quick tap from Ed Howley, looking to go, but he's taken the option of the long kick. Picked up though, the referee blown his whistle, so he's bringing this one back.
It was a word from his touch judge, his assistant on the far line, who said that there'd been actually a knock forward by the Wyvern Harlequins.
So our first scrum of the game here. The put-in for the Barefoot Prjects. Chance to see what both of these two teams have in the pack. A lot of muscle from the Harlequins, but the Prjects managed to get it away. Just slipping on this fast 4G pitch here at San Jose Stadium. Collected off the deck by the Harlequins, an opportunity for them to amount to an attack. Chipped over the top. Fortunately in touch. So the referee going to bring it back for the earlier infringement.
Yeah, I don't think he'd have gone for the kick if he didn't know he was playing an advantage. Max Marsden, the referee, calling him back, so it'll be Wyvern Quins put in. Good chance. I think they've got good pace out on the right, so will they try and go down the short side? Looks inviting.
Yeah, certainly a lot of space out on that pitch if they can work their way into it. Alex Webber with the put in at the scrum, opting to go down the short side, but not much space.
No, well covered.
So change of direction, cutting through the middle. Offload goes to ground, so they've lost 10 metres or so here. Jamie Barton taking the Harlequins into contact. Sutton.
Yeah, he did a bit too much on the floor. Accused, rightly penalised in the end for holding on. The first rollover was legal, the second one wasn't.
The Barefoot Prjects now trying to work the ball into the hands of their speedsters, ducking and diving there.
Well, that was terrific.
Fantastic,
I don't know whether it was just his agility or whether he was frightened silly of the high tackle that was coming in, but it wasn't a high tackle because he didn't lay a finger on him.
He was ducking and diving like a heavyweight boxer, wasn't he?
Yes, indeed. First defence there from Barefoot Prjects. So go back 10 metres and it'll be a scrum to the Wyvern Harlequins.
Really, we'll have a look at this again now. Well, once again, we've got another clip for our highlights reel, but this has been a ferocious affair already, hasn't it, John? Both of these two teams throwing everything at each other. Barefoot Prjects lead from that early score, straight from the kick-off. So Alex Webber with the putting out the scrum once again, just inside the Harlequins half. Quick ball off the base of the scrum. Oh, what a lovely step. Number 21, not quite sure who that is, but sliding through the Barefoot Prjects defence. An excellent turn of pace. A chance for him to convert the Harlequins' first score of the game, and he does so convincingly. We're all level here in the first half. The RugbySpy Ibiza 10's men's elite competition. Really simple here, put the ball through the hands and attack from deep at pace. I get a feeling, John, we could be in for a bit of a cracking game here.
Yeah, both sides got plenty to offer, they really have. I think this one is, as you say, going to get better and better. When they start to get a little bit of fatigue in the second half, I think there's going to be some open spaces. Well, that was a knock on, but the advantage being played.
Try scoring. Justin James taking it into contact, couldn't quite wriggle through. And the referee penalising James there, holding on the floor. Prjects trying to slide through now. Big collision, Harlequins not quite managing to rip it off in contact. Well, a lovely break here. Can he go all the way? Gets tackled by Webber. Ball's gone to ground. Not quite the accuracy with the pass. Still bobbling along the deck, but an opportunity now for the Quins to break away, and this is going to be a simple score for Ashley Sutton. The Barefoot Prjects just got wrapped into their attack a little bit too much, and when the ball bobbled out, didn't have any men to cover the counter-attack. So Ashley Sutton with the score that puts Harlequins in the lead for the first time in this game.
Justin James with the conversion attempt, strikes it nicely, but wide from the touchline, so the score 12-7 to Wyvern Harlequins. Just suddenly, as the ball bobbled out there, it was two men clear on the right side and no chance at all. Suddenly, it's one of those situations where a full-size rugby field seems very, very big. Referee asking them to retake it, trying to catch out the Barefoot Prjects by loading on the left side, but the referee having none of it.
Well, I think the Barefoot Prjects there saying it was slightly unsportsmanlike perhaps, but the referee, rightly so, calling it back.
Plenty of height on the restart, giving them a chance to reclaim it, but they've knocked it on, and it'll be a Barefoot Prjects scrum.
Push at the scrum by the Harlequins, really putting the pressure on the Barefoot Prjects. And that is half-time here. So the half-time scores, Wyvern Harlequins 12, Barefoot Prjects 7. So ready for the restart. Remember, Wyvern Harlequins leading 12-7. Good dropout, allowing them to regain possession. Was that a knock forward? Came off the body, says the referee. Nope, his assistant has called him, said there was a little knock on in there too. We've seen the might of this Harlequin scrum in the first half. Once again, Barefoot Prjects under pressure, but they've managed to get it away. They have numbers over this side, but they don't need it. They're going to go through the middle. Options inside. Good pass. And the Prjects are right back in this.
Oh, they really worked that one extremely well. The inside pass beautifully taken for the score, because it was a difficult one. It was down a bit low, and it was a bit rapid too at his knees, but picked up beautifully.
Well, perhaps rushed that conversion just slightly, and it's gone past the far upright. We'll take a look at this again.
Lovely, the dummy run in front, pass to the man behind, and that was a difficult pass to pick up. He did it extremely well.
Running at pace, it was a great support line, wasn't it? Managing to get that off his knees as well. So a positive start to the second half for the Barefoot Prjects.
No advantage, says the referee, calls him back for the penalty. Justin James going for territory because obviously being a penalty they will get the throw in at the line out. They got the catch, but the delivery was off target and goes into touch, so it'll now be a Barefoot Lions line out.
I think both teams will perhaps enjoy this slight lull just to try and get their breath back. Temperatures now into the mid-20s here in Ibiza.
Offside. Crept up too early from the line out, says the referee. He's a strong man. But eventually James got him down. Oh, and he's held on to it. Beautifully done, but the pass there. Well, beg to disagree, sir. Unless he's talking about a previous one.
Well, the Barefoot Prjects will need to get this one away quickly. They're inside the Harlequins half.
5-man scrum, of course, in 10s. They get it away. Beautifully taken by Ed Howley. And that results eventually in the turnover. That's a shocking pass. And again, a little step forward. You get the feeling, Scott, that the Wyvern Harlequins are just trying to push it a bit too hard, a bit too anxious to get that next score on the board. They've got to work the openings instead of expecting to just be able to flip it wide and go for it.
Yeah, it seems as if they've got one eye on the clock, doesn't it? They want to come away with an opening victory here, and well aware that time is running out to do so. Pressure's on inside their own half, though. We've seen how the Barefoot Prjects can break away out of nothing.
Holding on to the ball well at the moment, the Barefoot Prjects. But now that's going to be a difficult one to get down. He manages, well done. Needed to get that to ground to hang on to possession, did so. Offside again, just too anxious. Well, that was well read. It was telegraphed, but it was well read. Again goes for the big miss pass. Effectively, that gets rid of the extra man they had. Now they've got decent possession here. They need to look after the ball and try and work the opening. That's fine, take the tackle as long as you can set it up well, which they've done. Attempt to clear out by the Barefoot Lions, and chance here for the Wyvern Quins. Isolated in the middle. Again. Hands off it now, says the referee. That's a ruck beyond the tackle. Well, they're going backwards at a rate of knots at the moment.
Good pressure from the Barefoot Prjects, but a great offload coming down this near side. Well, he almost looked as if he'd got there, but wrapped up in the tackle by the Barefoot Prjects. The Harlequins man didn't see him coming, and he's dropped it. Just going in for the score. Well, what a calamity from the Quins.
Well, that was criminal. I'm absolutely sure he just didn't know the man was there.
I mean, the first instance, he's presented the ball back there, but the original tackler then getting back up for a second.
Great defensive work, you've got to say, though, from Barefoot Prject, and the score stays at 12-12.
Well, Justin James there ruining his missed chance to potentially seal the game for the Quins. There's not too much left on the clock. Still an opportunity, though.
A big push. Oh, and they've turned over possession at the scrum. That's a really, really big moment for the Wyvern Harlequins. Now, surely, just a penalty 5 meters out, they ought to be able to turn this into something. Almost to the line. Recycle it. Oh, and this time it goes into touch. They, again, just probably too anxious.
Well, the Quins, they seem to be perhaps struggling with some opening game inaccuracies, don't they? Not quite on the money at the moment.
And Barefoot come up with the ball. A big cry of tackling comes from the other players trying to get him down in goal. And again, the power coming in, but well done, Barefoot. They've held on to the ball. It's there, says the referee. I'm happy with that, but a knock forward.
Well, what an ending to that game. The Wyvern Harlequins look set to take the win, but final score, Wyvern Harlequins 12, Barefoot Prjects 12.
And that makes life very difficult. Both sides now have definitely got to win their second round matches, and it'll be one of those situations where it could come down to points difference to decide who goes into the plate and who goes into the cup.